my merry makers. I am Becca, and welcome to your weekly Wednesday check-in, also known as Whip Wednesday, also known as What You're Working On Wednesday. So, who wants to see my progress on the Phoenix blanket? It's not much, and I'm gonna tell you why. I know you've all been in suspense, but I did finish the compendium I had been working on. I can't remember what round I said I was on then, but this week I'm on round 66. So I say I haven't gotten much done, but I've gotten a couple of rounds done. So what happened was I had the blanket out and I was working on it because the wedding is coming up. I leave for Phoenix on the 26th, and I know that's not a whole lot of time from now. Unbeknownst to me, my small 3-year-old had Play-Doh out. I think you can see where this is going. So she literally had this huge, massive Play-Doh, and she had squished it into one of the corners. I know. I was so mad. I screamed. My husband immediately came running over because I believe he thought I was injured. That's the timer for my tea. Saw what had happened, grabbed my hands because I was shaking uncontrollably, and just held me, which was probably the best thing he could do in that moment, to be honest. I'm looking for my tea stirrer, but I don't see it. I probably left it in the kitchen, to be honest. I don't know how long I stayed like that, to be honest. But once I got my temper to where I wasn't literally rolling with anger, I picked off what Play-Doh I could and threw my blanket into the washer. Now this is 100% cotton, so I wasn't worried about the yarn, but a little bit worried about it coming apart. Always worried that first wash that things are gonna disengage a little bit, but it turned out the Play-Doh came out, and so I'm happy. Other things I've been working on. I didn't need enabling. The yarn would not shut up. So this is that Vanna's Choice silver yarn in that aspen shawl that I showed you. Now I remembered completely the pattern because I thought it was a 4-row repeat. It is not. It is like a 10-row repeat. But the rows are really, once you get in there and you read them, you can see the reoccurring pattern, and it's not so hard. This is a crochet pattern. What else? I am almost finished with this market bag. I'm on the handle. I tried doing a stitch where it was reinforced, but I didn't like the way it was looking with the rest of the bag. I mean, the rest of the bag is granny squares. So, I'm doing a granny cluster stitch, and I'm really liking the way it looks with the rest of the bag. I'm maybe a third of the way done with that. And by the way, y'all, I got the rest of my order from Michaels. Ba-da-da-da. This is a interchangeable Tunisian hook set. And I thought I put my information sheet up here, but it seems to have wandered away. Oh, nope, that's not it. But it comes with, so you've got the biggest, or the smallest hook is an E, also known as a 4, also known as a 3.5 millimeter. This is the biggest one that's in the set. It is an L11 or an 8 millimeter hook. It's very similar to some interchangeable needle sets that I've seen as far as the hooks screwing into the cables. I was going to take this out, but this is sounding super crinkly to me, so I'm not going to. Just know that there are 4 different cables on here. 2 of them are the same length. So you've got 1 short one, 2 medium ones, and 1 really long one. And this is why I wanted my information sheet, because it said exactly how long those were. But, and then last but certainly not least, we've got the second sock. A couple of you asked to see the first sock that got destroyed. So you can see how that just snapped in the middle right there on my poor son. And again, not a reflection on the designer, a reflection on me using yarn that had been chewed up by cockroaches. Once I'm done with the second sock, I will be throwing this away, but right now I'm using it as a reference to know how big to make the second sock. I hope that makes sense. Speaking of socks, I hope you guys have been enjoying the sock hop tutorial. Even though I did some bad math, there was a correction that I put out there, so if you have not watched the correction, please do so. Let's just say I did my math incorrectly and leave it at that. So that's, I decided that we are going to be going with a cuff down for now, because that is what's more beginner friendly. I will do a second sock hop, which is toe up as well, because I know some of you had voiced wanting to learn how to do that. I am planning on going somewhat slow, not super slow, on things that I feel like people need slower techniques on, like long tail cast on for the cuff down, or Judy's magic cast on for the toe up. I'm definitely going to be spending a lot of time on that. And also the Kirshner join. So, I know I probably just spat a whole bunch of gibberish at you guys, but trust me, we'll get through it. So I hope you'll join me for next Monday. Sometime in between then and now, there will be a haul video, because on the 13th is the Big Stitch, which is a quarterly thing that happens here in Nashville, hosted by Knit and Crochet Tennessee. It is a mishmash of a yarn boutique that people have donated, and classes taught by knowledgeable people such as yours truly. So, I'll probably buy yarn, because I always buy yarn. And you might want to watch. Hint! Alright guys, until then, make what makes you merry. Ciao.